Pisces, and welcome back to the channel, or welcome to the channel if it's your first time here. You've got the World card here. I'm going to bring this down a little bit. The World card is your first card out of the gates. So the World card shows up when everything comes together for us, when we feel the support of the universe. It is actually the culmination of the Fool's journey. It's the final tarot card of the major arcana. So you can see in this card that this is a woman who is just out she's in space, supported by the universe. She's got this wreath of laurels surrounding her. So it's like success is just surrounding her. She's got the spiritual world of the eagle, represented by the eagle, in supporting the emotional world, as represented by the lion here, is also supporting her. The physical world, as represented by the bull, and the mental world are all kind of coming together and just feeling like everything's possible. Everything is, the world is just, full of promise and full of excitement, and everything good is happening. Interesting thing I'm noticing here, it's a lot of blue cards that emphasizes your mental state. And then towards the end of the month, I'm seeing yellow cards, which emphasizes, optimism and sunniness and fire. You also have a lot of coins cards here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards out of the 12 are coins cards. So it may be a month that is focused on money for you, Pisces, especially with this Ace of Coins. This is new money or new endeavors that bring a new lifestyle, new assets, new material possessions, new gain to you. And that's featured especially at the middle of the month, Pisces. And then I also see something that's interesting is, see in these cards, both the first card and the last card, this 0. This card is the World card, which means feeling full and rich in all things are possible. This card is Wheel of Fortune, which is the wheel of time and chance and luck and fate. It's the seasons changing. Notice how these are both 0 cards. And 0 is a symbol for everything, all potential, nothing being formed yet. In the 0 card of the Fool, we get all things are not yet taking form. So in a lot of ways, what I'm seeing the month beginning and ending like is that it's a month of potential for you. It's a month of things not yet having taken form. And you get to kind of think about what you want those things to be formed as. I do see that there's some sort of joint finances featured. This can be contracts. This can be an exchange of money or sharing money with someone else. It's shared assets or assets between two people, money, finance, values. It's juggling money. So you might be, transferring funds from one account to the other. Sometimes this can mean that your budget is stretched and you just have enough to keep those balls in the air that the juggler is juggling. But the nice part of this card in the upright position is it means flexibility and that you're going to be able to adjust, adjust to any changing circumstances, especially regarding finances or assets. This card is a card of a wish of the heart. It's a messenger of the heart. So this card is Knight of Cups, and you can see he's wearing the winged helmet of Hermes or Mercury. And that's an outfit that symbolizes the messenger. He's a god of being, he represents Quicksilver and things, information traveling quickly. It's a very Gemini card. But this could be you, Pisces, because cups represent the water signs. So this could be you, Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. But I'm reading this as you, Pisces. Knight of Cups is someone who is willing to share what is on their heart. They wear their heart on their sleeves. And especially in relation to something that has died off or some sort of death, some sort of transformation, something that has ended, you may be willing to share with others. Since this Knight of Cups is looking at death, it may be an acknowledgement of this rose ending, which could be like a lifestyle, it could be another person, it could be a part of your life, it could be just something's coming to a close, or something is being cut off by death. And you, Pisces, as Knight of Cups, are acknowledging this, and you may be willing to share with others or wear your heart on your sleeve about letting this thing go. Oftentimes, death is a card that is feared, but really it's just a card about transformation. And really, it's a card about, letting things move on to have new life. And that's what's symbolized by this rose. A rose can't live forever. None of us will live forever. It's just, life and death are natural, two sides of the same coin. So you may be having a hard time accepting something that is dying off, or is ending, or is transforming, but you are willing to share that with others. And that's what I'm getting with Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups wears his heart on his sleeve, and he shares his emotions. And it's regarding this death issue. I see you struggling with making a decision. This is Two of Swords, which has to do with it's being like in a deadlock. And you can see that in the picture, she can't decide between the two swords, and so she's just blindfolded herself and basically checked out. So it's kind of a card of stasis or stagnancy, having a hard time between two decisions, checking out, not in being involved. Like, it's sort of like saying, I can't deal with it, therefore I'm just going to ignore it. And therefore staying stuck. In the card, though, the way out of this card is just to take action. If you choose one sword, doesn't have to be the right decision. It can just be a decision, and you can choose another sword later. But take action and stand up, take off the blindfold, and walk away, because it's not serving you to just be deliberating with no outcome. You can spend endless time just wasting your own time trying to make a decision, and wondering if it's the right one. Just make a decision, take action, and that was the way out of this card. Because there is a new beginning for you happening, especially in regards to money. This is new money coming to you, new assets. This could be a new job for some people. This could be money coming from an inheritance. This could be a new, something that you've created that you sell that brings it to you. Or it could just be considering what sort of lifestyle you want to have, what you value, what garden you want to plant. But I see three coins cards here all in line. So this card is joint finances, contracts, merging your money with another person's. This is new money coming in, new money that new salary perhaps, or new money that you've created for yourself, or just being willing to receive a new level of money. And then this card, 10 of Coins, this card usually has to do with inheritance. So perhaps you've inherited something, or this can be a windfall of money. Usually this card represents money that's acquired through good decisions over time. It's usually, in the Rider-Waite, there's a patriarch here who is bestowing his money to the couple who's now living inside the castle. And it's basically enjoying the riches that have accumulated from good decisions having been made over time. So, and this is the most amount of money, 10 coins on one card. So that it could also be like winning a jackpot. Or a windfall of money that you didn't know was coming. So that's showing up for you as well. I see that you have right now a hard time forgiving someone who is either an earth sign or a Jack of Diamonds person. You may need to work on that. This card, Judgment, is about forgiveness and leaving the ghosts of the past behind. So you can see that these ghosts are rising up from their graves, and there's new fire, there's new renewal. And I always read this card as forgiveness, because it's like leaving what is old in the past and starting a new life. There's a lot of healing, tremendous healing power in forgiveness. and it's directly related to this Jack of Diamonds person. You may also see too, on my website, there's a spreadsheet on cards of destiny that that could be related to them. It could be it's in tarot, it's an earth sign, but according to the cards of destiny system, Jack of Diamonds can represent many different people. I get the sense that you're having a hard time forgiving this Jack. And, knights or jacks can sometimes be adults, or younger adults, but this is a person who's usually a salesman or is good with money, considers the bottom line of things, is able to drive a hard bargain. So if there's any way in which you need to forgive them, that might open up your money blessings here. I also see towards the end of the month, you want to be careful that you are not doing anything dishonest or not having like me behavior, because that's Seven of Swords here. This is risky business. This is, I'm covering all my bases at any expense. I'm going to steal away these 5 swords to make sure I've got my things covered. I got to do things always all by myself. Don't fall into that, Pisces. Don't feel like you always have to be looking out for yourself. You got to look out for number one, and you're willing to cut corners in order to do that. There's a way in which this guy is facing all this money, this 10 of coins. So especially in regards to this 10 of coins, if you get any large sums of money, and especially towards the end of the month, don't do anything underhanded, or don't try to acquire it through any underhanded means, or kind of be selfish or cavalier or reckless with it. The 7 of Swords reminds you that, when you take risky action, sometimes there can be results from that. It's also saying here, 3 of Coins. This card is usually about collaboration and group projects and working on something with another person. So this could be working on a house. But in the Rider-Waite, it features the architect, the worker, and the person who's going to be using the house, the client, all together. So this could be home renovation. It's not suggested right now. If you're thinking about renovating something, if you're thinking about working on something, it's not really a good time for it, is what this Wheel of Fortune and this 3 of Coins in reverse are saying. You may also have a hard time working in groups. If you are working on a team of something, it might be difficult for you. And this card also means multiple streams of income or creative finance, because 3 is a creative number and coins represent finances. So don't do anything that's overly creatively financial. It might bite you, because this card in reverse, because this card, Wheel of Fortune, means changing of the seasons. What was up will be down, what was down will be up. It also has the connotation of chance or luck, good luck or bad luck. In what I consider really simplistic way of reading tarot cards, people see this upright and they say, oh, that's good luck. In reverse, bad luck. To me, it's always a changing of the tides and turning of the wheel. And when I see it in reverse, I usually read it as, time is changing, but not as quickly as you might like it to. In this particular situation, I'm actually going to read it as, if you do something that is involved with being creative with your finances, like don't do anything that's too creative, especially with this dishonest 7 of Swords and this inheritance. It's not a good idea. It's not favored. It might bring some bad luck, or just be careful. All 3 of these are in the reverse. Here's this inheritance. Here's this windfall. Here's this money, stability, security. And then all 3 of these are in reverse. So this is saying, make sure that you stay honest. Don't have just very self-centered or risky, me, I'm going to take it all kind of actions. Don't do anything that is overly in terms of creative finance or multiple streams of income. Be careful about what you bite off there. And this is saying, it could take a turn for the worse if you don't pay attention to those kind of things.